Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Hunter C-20 from Loki. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpie. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. I was giggling because of the way I said, or the way I stopped, because I was I was trying to think. I was like, well, should I say anything else? Should I say from Disney? I mean, what? I mean, the problem is I'm not used to just saying one name, like Thor. You know what I mean? It's like I'm used to from Star Wars or from the Bad Batch in Star Wars. You know, stuff like that, like a whole entire sentence, so to speak. And I kind of don't with Loki. You know, when I just say, you know, from Loki, right? It's like it feels like there's supposed to be something else. So there's not, you know, it's just me and my silliness, but it feels like I'm supposed to be saying something else, and that's what I mean by I feel like, not like I'm dropping a ball, but like I'm supposed to be saying something else. That's it. I'm just gonna keep saying that. It's supposed to be saying something else. Also, welcome if you're here drawing for these characters or because you're watching the show. I'm going to apologize right now because I know nothing about this character. I do these early so I can have time to breathe, you know, and get them out to you in time to have one every single day. Problem with that is that's a lot to do every day. So I am usually cranking these out as fast as I can, as early as I can, to get these to you in time. And that also means that sometimes I don't have time to, well, no, not that I don't have time to research is what I was about to say. I'm doing this so early, the show's not out yet. It comes out in a couple of weeks, so that's how early I am with this. So I know nothing about this character. I've seen some pictures. I know that she's in it, that kind of thing. But I don't know anything besides C-20. That may not even be her name. Like, they may call her something else in this show. But that's all I have off the internet right now, is what I'm trying to say. So I apologize if she actually has a name. If she's, you know, Thor Jr., you know what I mean? Just she's got a specific, like, role or cast, and now we know who she is. But all I have to go by is what I found on Google, that kind of thing. And it's unfortunate. I'm glad they haven't said anything, because sometimes it gives me spoilers, and I don't want spoilers. I've accepted that in this game, playing I need to get them out early and do as much research as possible. Doing that, I've realized that, yeah, I'm gonna see spoilers. I'm going to, if you look hard enough, you're gonna see something, right? Normally I don't. Normally I avoid everything, so I don't see any spoilers. But I know that sometimes it's gonna happen. So luckily nothing happened on this one. I didn't see anything I wasn't supposed to. And like for B-15, the Hunter B-15, she's got a like little gold communicator thing. I don't know what this is, but again, well, I just don't know what it is, period. There is no addition to that. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw it on C-20. I don't know whether she has one or not. So again, I apologize if it's not right, but I'm just going by the only details I have with the other characters. Give me a second to draw. I need to concentrate real fast to draw some knuckles. right? What's the hand? Hang on, let me look in the mirror real fast. Okay, I see. It needs to be more up. Like that. Okay, that'll work. Don't never be afraid to use yourself as a reference, because unless you're missing limbs, you have everything you need right there to see what you need to see. And so a lot of times that's what I do. I look in the mirror and say, okay, this is going to move here, this will move here. If I shove this here, it's going to go over here. And it works, you know? So use yourself, you got it. Use it. Like I said, unless you're missing a part, you know? Then you have an interesting story, I bet. Let's see. The other thing is, speaking of interesting stories, is I don't know anything about her. I don't know what her story is. So we'll see, you know, I'll find out. But for now, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I want it more turned. Oh yeah, there you go. I was trying to see what they have. Again, I don't have a lot of pictures. I'm just going by my trailer pictures, you know, screen grabs, so to speak. The other thing for this character too is I know what she looks like the actress. And I've always said I can never draw them like they look. But what I'm saying is she's got long hair, so it looks like it's pulled back. So I'm gonna try to make it look like it's pulled back, and maybe I'll do a couple of strands hanging over, because I don't know whether they are or not, but I know she does have that. She's got long hair. Pulled back into like a ponytail in the back. I drew her kind of small, so I'm gonna have to see if I can make it work with this size. Because the other downside is Sharpies, they don't like working this small. So, you know, we'll see what happens. Because sometimes I have to not really omit lines, but leave some stuff to color. And especially once we get this small, that, yeah, I'm gonna have to leave a lot to not imply, but a lot to color, to control. Okay, if I can just remember space for her number, I think that'll be good. Let's try that. Okay, so let me erase some of these lines real fast, because I want my sketch to stand out. I'm sorry, I want my ink to stand out, not my sketch. So the first few lines I'm putting down, those are my position, placement, proportion, right? And I'm just throwing the lines down till I feel comfortable. Then as I get more confident, I start pressing harder. So when I lightly erase like this, the sketch lines will disappear pretty easily. The confidence lines need more pressure, but I'm not pushing that hard to erase those. So we're getting rid of our sketchiness, keeping the confidence, and that's how you live your life. Get rid of your sketchiness, keep your confidence, you'll do amazing things, and I'll be there to salute your victories. All right, my little positive friends, let's get going. Let's switch over to the other part. Let's welcome everybody that skipped to the Sharpies and get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find things that the fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased the majority of the sketch lines, but left myself enough to see where we're going to go. And if you want to see more Marvel characters, check out that playlist right there, or just check out the playlist in general, because I do so many different drawings. I may have already drawn what you're looking for, so look through there. If not, give me a shout and I'll see what I can do. All right, so I've got her turned slightly like this, okay? So just think of this as the head, just looking straight at you. We're going to turn just slightly, okay? So that means I'm going to draw the top of the lids like this. And if you want to know why she looks like this, who she is, that kind of thing, go check out the drawing and I'll explain the entire thing there. Let's see, pupils, I'm sorry, retina, the color part of the eye. I'm going to draw super tiny like this. Not bad. And all I have room for, because it's so tiny, is I'm just going to dab in the retina just a little bit. I'm sorry, the pupil just right in the center as much as I can. It may even disappear. It's how tiny it is. Perfect. I'm good right there. So it being so tiny, I don't draw the bottom of the eye. You're welcome to, but I just kind of come in and imply it like that, and I let color take care of the rest. Because again, if I do, it'll bleed. So I even want to add like some lashes like on the edge here, but even that is going to be very delicate because it's going to bleed if I do. So I'm just trying to make it thicker than the rest is all I'm trying to do for the outer edge. Like that. That's it. I'm going to walk away there because any more is going to start to bleed too much. So for her eyebrows, I'm just going to do this. I think that'll work. For the bridge of the nose, I do have her turned, and usually what I say is, like, if this is your nose, right, the way it kind of curves up like that, you can't see those curves, but as you start to turn, you can see that profile. So I'll do a little bit of it like this, and that's it. I want to do more, but again, I think it's too harsh with the big Sharpie. It should be done with color. So I'm going to do the nose with the nostrils like this. And again, I want to do more of that bulb and all that stuff, but I need to do that with color. So for the mouth, what I can draw and so because again it's so tiny, I'm going to try to do the top lip, but it may end up bleeding in there and becoming completely black. So I'm okay with that, but I'm going to try not to. I just got to come up slightly, come down like that. So see, it bleeds in with Sharpies at this size. So the bottom lip I can make bigger. There, that's it. So, okay, so now I'm going to work on her chin. Going to draw the side of her face coming up here, up to her forehead. And see, I'm starting to thicken my edges up a little bit. Oops, a little bit too much there. A little bit just to match where that Sharpie is going to go. Like, that's going to get super thick, so I'm kind of matching where it's going to go. You don't have to if you don't want to, especially if you're working with pencil. It might look a little strange, so do what makes you comfortable, okay? Her ear is going to come around here. I'm sorry, her jaw is going to come around here from her ear. It's also the nice thing about thickening my lines up is I can kind of hide some of this stuff. All right, I like that. So let me draw her ear real fast. Okay, let's get rid of a little bit of the lobe. And her hair, I was talking about this in the sketch, her hair is kind of pulled back from what I could tell. I've got one photo that I'm working with. This is all I have to go by, that's it. So I'm just building off that. So it looks like her hair is pulled back, so I'm going to kind of design kind of a pulled back look But also, I know what the actress looks like. I know what her hair is kind of like, so I'm trying to make it look like her hair, like it's her pulled back style, you know? So, that being said, I'm also going to draw a few braids hanging down. And remember, you don't have to thicken up your edges, especially if you're working with pencil. That might look a little strange. I'm just, you know, reminding you that I'm doing it because of my pens that I'm using. Right? Okay, now I can't tell what's tied up in the back, how it is, so I'm just going to say that there is a few strands, kind of one hanging down like this, because it's like locks, right? Kind of falling into each other. We're going to say maybe there's another one kind of going like this, like a little, not messy, but a little haphazard kind of thing, right? Because I want it to look a little, not chaotic, that's not quite the word I was thinking of, but I didn't want to say that. Not chaotic, but not strategically placed, right? We are strategically placing, but I want it to look more natural, like it just fell into place, that kind of thing, right? There we go. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. So, I'm going to draw her neck down to her collar. See how thick this is? That's what I mean. That's why I had to try to match it. I'm going to draw her collar up like this. And I think this is what it looks like. Again, I'm going by a rough picture. And I'm also going by the details from B-15. Hunter B-15. Pictures of Hunter B-15. I don't know. Never mind. I've already explained it in the drawing. If you want to know more details, go to the drawing. I'm not going to rehash it for those who've already sat through it, right? Okay, so that means I'm going to draw her. Let me get the details from her. Okay, so her armor is held on by snaps, like straps, sorry, that also have the number on it. So I want to make sure I leave room for the number, which I'm going to color in. I'm not going to worry about the drawing it in. I'm going to connect it here, something like this. And then let's do the other one, which is kind of covered up by the hair, so that's okay. Again, I chose that haphazard, natural feel. Like I said, I wanted it to look like it fell on her costume, not placed by us drawing it. So that's fine. There we go. Now, let's see what I can do for the armor. Again, I had to make this up. I feel like I need to apologize all the time because I don't know what I'm doing. But you get as close as possible. Okay, so I'm gonna come across like this. There's the chest plate going down to her belt. I'm going to stop right around there because I need to get the belt in there before I decide where it stops, right? Okay, and so this also has, like, it's attached to the side here. It's not locked in, but strapped in to her side. And right, something like that, which is on a bigger piece of material. So this is going to come in like this. Right, like this is metal, or the plate, and this is the softer part that it's attached to. What's the word I'm thinking of? A softer vest cloth. It's a softer cloth. That's the word. I don't have words. Gonna make it up because I don't have words. And we'll color that in later, but that looks good to me. Okay, I guess we can do the arms before we go further down as I draw down. She has shoulder pads. Like an armor pad. This arm raised up a little bit more. And it looks like, from what I can tell in the quick photo I have, like there's a sleeve like this, and then cloth to an armored forearm piece, but it's on the underside, so we're looking at the straps holding it on here, right? Armor, straps. So I'm going to come down here with cloth. There's the elbow. And I know it looks kind of bumpy, but I do stuff like that, just to explain real fast, so I can make wrinkles and folds, right? I want it to look like wrinkled material. So that's why I don't draw a straight arm. It's cloth, right? Okay, so again, let me draw the edge of her hand so I could show you the straps going across like that, okay? So it's gonna come across the hand here, and I want them just a little bit raised on top of the arm, right? I don't want it just flat. It probably is. It's probably super flat because it's tight, but I'm trying to make it look like it's on top of the forearm, okay? That's my whole point. That's what I'm trying to do. Now her hand, I've got like this, but I can't even show you that position, so bear with me. There's her thumb, her finger, her middle finger, ring finger, and the pinky. Okay. And if you want, you can do like this, kind of show like knuckle grooves, you know, something like that. Sometimes I just leave it blank. Because also, I'm pretty sure these are gloves, so it's only so much detail we're gonna see no matter what. All right, so this hand is just kind of going out like that. Same thing, we're going out. There are patches and things like that on there, but I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna do that with color. So let's do that short sleeve out. Come back in this way. Let me do a couple of catch-up lines. Not ketchup like ketchup, but catch up, just to kind of show wrinkles. Oh, you know what I almost forgot? Her tie. I don't know if she has one, but I know that this suit, like the Hunter B-15 has a tie on, I think. So I wanted to put it in there. Okay, so same thing, material, forearm, underside, to the hand, right? So a little bit of following the form, but a little bit of wrinkle. There's the elbow. I'm gonna draw the forearm there, but I do have it kind of twisted a little bit there, so we can go ahead and say, you can see it. You can see the protective piece on top, because we're gonna say if it's here, her arm's twisted just a little bit where it's like on top. It's not here, it's on the side like that. So I know where my sketch is, so I'm gonna bring it down and make sure I make it past the hand. So when I come in like this, it looks like it's sitting on top, right? Just little techniques, little something you can do is just to try to make it look like it's stuff sitting on top of this other stuff, you know? If nothing else, like I said, I just want it to look like it's on top. We're giving it that illusion. All right, so glove of just a hand is doing this basically. So the thumb is foreshortened, so the thumb is going to be like this. Like you're not going to see the length. You're going to see it squatty like that. Okay, think of it that way. and then we'll come in, we'll add some detail to kind of flesh it out, so to speak. Okay, there's the index finger. There's the middle finger. The ring finger, we'll go ahead and put it just as close. And then the pinky will stick out, so it's almost like she's doing like this, okay? So the pinky will kind of give it a little bit of character by I want to say breaking away from the crowd, you know, kind of doing its own thing. So again, see, sometimes in these scenarios, the thumb will look kind of a little stubby, you know, but you're kind of going for an overall picture, so don't worry about little things like that. Plus, again, it's a glove. When you see the entire thing, it kind of makes sense together. It's like, oh, okay, I see. If you were just to draw that alone, sure, you'd be like, well, where's the thumb? But looking at the overall picture, you can kind of see like it's like this, right? My thumb kind of disappears until you add shadow and color and stuff like that. All right, so now we're just gonna draw a belt, some kind of belt. And I talked about this in the sketch. I don't know whether she has the little golden cell phone thing on the side here. I'm going to go ahead and draw it. And then, you know, if it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, good. Alright, so now I can go ahead and just close this off. Say it goes in like that. I don't know what it does, honestly. We're just kind of making it up because, well, I've already talked about this. Never mind. I've talked about it. I keep saying that. If you want to know, go back to the sketch session so I don't have to keep repeating it for those who already sat through. Alright, looks good to me. So now we're just drawing cloth. Pants down to knee pads. So I'm going to draw her hips like this. This one I'm going to bring down like this. Just kind of getting a feel for the body, seeing you know, the position. The crotch is right about there, so this leg is going to come through. Again, wrinkle for material. The backside's in there, so it's going to come through like this. Something like that. Let me add some material details. Nothing too crazy. Usually I like to add a lot of bends and stuff like that, but considering that she's just kind of standing there, I'm not going to add too many creases in her crotch right there. There, sure, there's a lot of bends. I'm going to do it. Okay, and so from what I can tell, I'm just looking at rough pictures of characters. It's just knee pads and boots. So and I gotta attach them, so I'm gonna go ahead and just say that they're attached like this. Oops, try not to draw in your drawing already. Try just to stay on the edge. Let's go ahead and draw down to the boots, and I'll add some detail in a second. They're tucked into the pants, so they're just kind of a little out, pushed in to an edge. Something like that, a little dramatic. They're almost like bell bottoms being tucked in, but again, kind of like this whole thing, I'm going for a vibe more than accuracy, you know, get a feel for how it looks. And okay, so here again, I like creasing it in where it's being pushed into the material. Like that's tight, so it's pulling all the material tight in both places, here and up here. All right. Again, a little over dramatic in the size there, but what are you gonna do? All right. Okay, so now just boots. That's it. Simple old boots. And this foot's more pointed at you. Right? This one's pointed off to the side. Something like that. And let's add just a little bit of creases, detail, maybe a tread. Ooh, let's do a tread real fast, just because these are like some kind of military boots. We'll do like a something like that, just to give it a little bit of like almost like army boots, you know, with the big military tread. Should we do laces? I almost feel like we need to, you know, like it would look better if we did. So let's do that. Okay. For laces, here's what I do. We gotta separate it, and then we're just gonna draw X's. That's simple. If nothing else, it just helps to break up the negative space. It's not accurate, especially watch, because all I'm gonna do is do X's. So I'm just gonna X on each side of the little lines that I just did, and that's it. Well, okay, that's not it. I'm gonna draw the eyelets too. But I like doing this just to, like I said, break up the negative space. And it gives it a little bit of texture, right? With just simple black and white drawing. We're creating a texture. Now, if you're working with pencil, you don't have to do all this. You can just get to coloring. I just think that working with black and white ink like this, I like making very predominant standout things, which is why I say, like, don't draw the nose. That's too standout. You know, that's a subtle piece, but that just kind of stands out as very. Sharpies don't whisper. They scream the entire time. They say, "Look at me." So I figure if we're gonna say "look at me," we're gonna look right. All right, there we go. So I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Hunter C-20 from Loki. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.